Let's go to the tail of the tape. Joey Spencer, again, only 20 years of age, turned pro at the age of 18. He's 5'9", he's stocky, 5'9", 155, muscular kid, and will be giving away a reach advantage to Shawn West. West, 31 years old. Again, he knocks around MMA, had an MMA fight just in July, jumps back and forth between MMA and in boxing, says, no, I got the boxing shoes on, I'll know what sport I'm in, but he's got his hands full here tonight. Joey Spencer will bring it, 10-0, going in and coming out of the shutdown. Let's go back to Los Angeles and go to the ring and Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, Premier Boxing Champions presents our next attraction in the ring. Judges scoring this bout from ringside, we have Carla Kais, Dr. Lou Moret, and Ron Scott Stevens. Hey. All right, fans, here we go. 6 rounds of boxing scheduled, middleweights in the ring. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks, hailing from Davenport, Iowa. He weighed in at 154½ pounds. His record stands at 5 wins, 1 loss, 3 wins. Coming by way of knockout, introducing the exception, Shawn West. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner in the 6-round attraction, wearing white trunks with gold trim, fighting out of and representing Linden, Michigan. He weighed in at 155¾ pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 10 wins, no losses, 7 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the undefeated fighter known as the Small Town Soldier, introducing the undefeated Joey Spencer. And our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Jerry Cantu.
Gentlemen, you were given your instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. Your trunks are a little high right here, so right here is about legal. You hear me? Yes, sir. Good luck to both of you.
Shawn West has said that he wants to check his combat IQ and find out what this kid has. But Joe and Lennox, this kid's got an awful lot. I think it's just a matter of will he be fluid enough for the top level, but this is a committed young man.
Very committed young fighter, and you know, this is what young fighters do. They need to have a fight and work on things they need to work on, such as, you know, Joey said he needs to go in there and be more patient in his fight. He found out he was too rushy in his last fight and pick his shots a little better. So this is what he aims to do.
Yeah, and Shawn West marches across the ring, Joe, and he landed right away to Spencer's
He landed a left hook and a right hand right off the bat. Now, and Shawn West will, that's funny, Shawn West will switch right-handed, left-handed. He's a grown man. Look, Joey Spencer's 20 years old. Fundora, who we just saw, 22 years old. These are a lot of young, up-and-coming prospects that have a lot of potential, but they got to get through these rough characters that they're meeting right here.
Top body, Spencer able to wing shots. West tries to answer back.
Breaking your own,
West again fought in an MMA fight just in July. That's a pretty quick transition. He was disqualified, by the way, threw a beautiful combination, but then, Joe, something he can't do tonight, threw a knee to the guy's head and was DQ'd.
No, you have to keep the knees above the belt. No, I'm just kidding. Absolutely not. None of it. But look, tonight he's got his hands full. Joey Spencer looks like he's really looking for the kill tonight. Even though, again, West just landed a right hand and he's switching up on him. Spencer threw a great left hook to the body and a right hand. He's really, see, like that right there. He's got a great body shot. And he's ready to move in. He's not playing around anymore. He says he wants to get more aggressive. He wants to start going for knockouts and not string fights out that he doesn't have to.
Yeah, that's the borderline as well. He threw that right down to the waist and it looked like it might have been a little low, but that is a serious hook that he throws to the body, Lennox.
Yeah, West, you know, his style is unorthodox in the sense that he switches both sides. That's what you use in UFC. You know, you basically have 5 styles. If you're boxing a guy and then that's not working, then you elbow him or you throw a knee or a kick. This is not the situation. Joey, on the other hand, he's been boxing from day one in a boxing style. So he has more experience and more advantage in this fight.
You know what else he is, Lennox? He's explosive. He's violent when he throws his combinations.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just got to do them more often. That's one of the things with Joey, and I think he's getting that. Look, again, this is a 6-round fight. He's still learning. and you learn from every fight. You're going to learn more in 6 rounds than you will in 6 weeks in the gym. So these are great learning experiences. And let's see if he puts the pedal to the metal today, like he said he is, and go for the knockout.
In his last fight, he said he played it a little too safe. Yeah. He said he wanted to learn a little bit with his father, Jason, his trainer. Hey, let's box. Let's be a little more nuanced. And they said they kind of got into a lull. Good right hand landed by Spencer, and then a jab to the body.
10 seconds, stop the bell.
So this time he wants to have a little more controlled aggression and violence, and I think he's done a decent job of that here in the very first round. Joey Spencer and Shawn West were through 1. There's Shawn Porter getting ready for the main event. The return of Porter after his epic fight against Errol Spence last September. Here are the co-featured, Joey Spencer and Shawn West. Spencer in the gold trunks and West in the white trunks. Spencer is the prospect here, 20 years old, and you know, he's not the type of kid that would want to step away at any point in his life. He's so young, and he's such a serious kid. You can see by his physique. He's a serious kid about his training, and he said he thought that the shutdown and the quarantine was the best thing that could have happened to him. He said, I'm not the type of kid to take a rest voluntarily. And also Joe Goosen, he had just gotten married his girlfriend Tabitha. Yeah. So he's 20 years old, he's married, he's settled, and he said they had a very nice time getting to know each other and being with each other.
And you know what? He deserves that. You know, young prospects like this, they keep you on a busy schedule. Nice left hook by Spencer right there. And so the rest probably did him well. But now it's back to work, and he's probably glad to be back at work. But you don't mind those little rests. In the meantime, well, as he's pressing right here, when Joey presses, what he's got to do is he's got to keep his left hand up more. Now, that's a nice quick left hook right hand. Oh, he's got him hurt.
Hard right hand as well. West looks hurt. West goes down taking a knee. He tripled up on that right hand.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk toward me.
Yeah, Joey Spencer could do this anytime.
Yeah, I love this.
All he has to do is step up the pace.
Set your rhythm, come right around the top.
He wants to be smart about it and take him out correctly.
Spencer throwing jabs to the body. Now he goes to the head, and he is explosive with that right hand tonight.
You don't want to let this kid recuperate too quickly. So you get back in on the inside and push him back. See, you let a guy back in the fight here. He may still knock him out, but don't let him back in the fight. Good
Straight up the middle, and then the hook to the body, doubling up and finishes with the hook to the head. Wow. Spencer going for it now. Hard right hand to the body as well.
Spencer caught a hook himself right there off the rope. So, you got to keep your hands up. That's what I was saying earlier. When you're going in and pressing a fight, you don't want to leave your hands down. You got to put your hands up.
He's certainly jabbing a lot more, Joe Goosen. A nice head movement there by Spencer as well.
And Shawn West is tough. He's a tough guy. He's a fighter.
Yeah, he
so
is.
He can take body punches. He's not gonna wilt over it. But you gotta watch out because he's coming back with that fast hook. And Spencer has to keep his hands up. Anytime you're in close throwing combinations, you gotta think defense after.
Well, I see a lot of potential in Joey Spencer tonight. He's really looking good. He's learning from his other fights. He's got fast hands. He hits hard. Yeah, he's going to make a few mistakes here that he'll correct later on. But man, has he got the goods. He really does.
Oh yeah, this is an opportunity where you can practice his combinations
10
and
seconds,
practice his
bell.
jabbing.
10
Any
seconds.
combination he wants to throw, he can throw. This is the time to practice it.
West tries with a jab, and he's able to land one. We already saw one good step up from Sebastian Fundora. Now Joey Spencer's turn. Joey Spencer said he was looking for calculated aggression in this fight, and here's a good example. That is a short, beautiful right hand to start the damage on Shawn West.
Yeah, he really reeled off a nice combination. Here's that left hook, but that set up the right hand, and he snuck that right hand in really short. Back to the left hook, right hand again. Went to the body with the left uppercut, then chopped over the top of the right hand, and that's what put West down.
And here you see a nice body shot, and then to the head. Good 1-2.
That's what
he has more than one right hand as well. I didn't even see how short that right hand was there. That was a little different,
Third
wasn't
round,
it?
gentlemen. Third round.
Yeah, he slid that one at an angle straight, kind of a little cross cut right hand.
Kind of the 5-inch punch, Joe Goosen.
Yeah, it was. But, Joey got clipped with that little left hook off the ropes there on that last clip. So those are little mistakes against really good punchers you don't want to make.
Well, he comes in blind a little bit as you see West now turn southpaw. Round number 3 scheduled for 6. He will come in blind, throw his punches, and not really be in control. But if you get caught with one of those, you could definitely take your head off.
You know, sometimes
some feints this time.
Yeah, sometimes when a guy turns southpaw to orthodox and keeps on switching, there's one side that he's bad on. And anytime you're boxing a guy that switches, the right hand that you throw normally, and you throw it against a guy that switches, usually catches the guy.
See the punches thrown and landed, and the body shots in a wide favor for Joey Spencer, as you would expect. Ooh. Big uppercut by Spencer. Just kind of grazing on West's face. Could have been worse.
Yeah, it was a right uppercut, left hook. Yeah, and both of them kind of almost landed hard. Not quite, though.
You know, he throws it that hard, Joe. It's like when he's hitting the bag. You can see this guy hitting the bag full throttle.
Boy, he's putting a lot of oomph into it today, as they say. A lot.
Well, again, you know, look at the physique. And again, this is a very different fighter than Sebastian Fundora.
Yeah.
But I still get the sense, even speaking to him and his father, Joe, that he's still trying to find his identity.
100% correct. 100% correct. And look, it takes a while before you find yourself what you really do well, where your flaws are, and where you need improvement. And all of that is going to happen during the course of his career, especially the next 5, 6, 7 fights. Going to tell a big tale, but he's learning fight by fight. But still,
well, Lennox, you even did that in your career, Lennox. You were, as an amateur, you were really a boxer. You then eventually transformed yourself into this big KO artist as a slugger, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the difference between amateurs and professionals. You know, when I turned professional, this is more a time where you have to sit down under your punches, sit down behind your punches, and get more power punches, because that's what the judges are looking for. You know, I see this fight with Joey. You know, he's putting a lot of power into his jabs. He doesn't have to. He just needs to keep it active. And if he keeps it active, that'll open the door for other punches.
Interesting. Something to look for here on Spencer. That time a lead right hand.
Fight out of there, hands free, fight out of there. Watch your heads, both of you. Hands free, let's go. Fighter, get out of there. Come on. Stop.
Spencer with his progress slowed by the shutdown.
10 seconds, step in the middle.
But making the most of it. We've seen that, saw that 2 weeks ago, saw it again today. With every fighter that gets into the PBC bubble has really comported themselves professionally, and they're in top shape. That young man is having a good night as he comes back from the shutdown. Young Joey Spencer, 20 years of age. 5'9", 160, out of Linden, Michigan. Not exactly a fighting hub, Joe Goosen.
No, but he can make it a fighting hub. You know, all he's got to do is become world champion. You know, that'll give Linden a nice little tag. But look.
And then we'll be thinking like Davenport, Iowa, where Shawn West is from, where you were with Michael, second to none, number 1 pound for pound.
That's right. He kind of put Davenport on the boxing sports map back in the 80s. But, you know, right now, as I look at Joey Spencer, see, he's starting to kind of, you know, regress back to what he shouldn't be doing. That's taking his time right here. He shouldn't be getting backed up by Shawn West. He should be pressing the fight, but to press the fight, he's got to put his hands up more.
Should be all Joey Spencer in this fight, but let's check in with Marcos Villegas. Marcos?
Yeah, no, definitely it is all Joey Spencer. Because of the knockdown in round number 2, he gets a 10-8 round, and overall, he's just landing the bigger, more damaging punches. Thing is, I'm surprised. West has really good placement of his punches. I know when a boxer faces an MMA fighter, it's kind of tricky for them at times because they have awkward movement, awkward timing, but Joey's been able to adjust real well to that.
Marcos, thank you. Shawn West thought that punch was low from Joey Spencer. You guys are a little closer to it. Seemed like it was right on the belt line, but maybe low.
Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of, you know, he didn't get a lot of concurrence with the referee there. But look, you know, to me right now, if I'm in the corner, I'm really saying, you know, Joey, get your hands up, press this guy right now. You're in the 4th round. It's a 6-round fight. You know, it's time you pick up the pace here. You had him down, you had him hurt. There, you hurt him right there. That's what he's got to do.
Let's see. Body shot as well, and West looks hurt. Again, wobbled again.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's done.
He's shot and down.
That's it.
And it's over.
That's
immediately by Jerry Cantu, and Joey Spencer returns to the ring with a knockout.
That's what I wanted to see him do, and he did it great. He did it great. That was exactly what I wanted to see.
Joey Spencer could have did that any time, and that was actually the round he was supposed to do that in.
But you know, I think you said it right though, Lennox. He could have done that at any time.
Oh yeah.
And that's what he's going to learn. See, instead of going 4 rounds, he's going to go 2 rounds.
Right.
The next time he's in with somebody like that.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time.
Joey Spencer again finding his way as a professional and looking to find his identity, and his identity right now at his best is Terminator. Hard, violent shots knocking out Shawn West here tonight in LA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 51 seconds of round number 4. Our referee in charge, Jerry Cantu, stops the contest. He had seen enough. The winner by way of knockout. He is still undefeated. The small town soldier, Joey Spencer.
Tell you what, Joe, Lennox, we saw Joey Spencer January 18th in Philadelphia against Eric Spring. He won a decision. I thought he was very good. He's a serious kid. I wasn't wowed. Tonight, I was wowed. I thought he looked spectacular.
Go ahead, Lennox.
Yeah, no, I thought he looked good. I mean, you know, he can take a look at this fight and see a couple situations where he could have took advantage of. And this is how you get better, because that's what I used to do. I used to watch my fights and then figure out what I need to do and do it in the next fight. So that's what he's going to do too. He's going to watch his fight.
Lennox, he's not Guillermo Rigondeaux, like turning pro. Like I know, like he's a 20-year-old kid. He's a little crude, but the power shots are there. And Joe, I just thought there was a lot more explosiveness from Spencer and his punches tonight.
Without a doubt, you start making your mind up what you want to do. You know, you look at your last fight, your fight before you start. Here we go. Here comes that left hook, right hand, back to the body, right hand. There was a good, 5-6 punches right there. But see there, that right hand, a good left hook. And a good right hand. He was landing those solid punches there. But he's getting hit a little bit himself, like right there with that left hook. You don't want that to happen with real power punchers by exposing yourself. But other than that, I give him an A+ tonight.
I'm with you, Joe. And look, again, he's 20, not 24, not 25. He's 20. Let's go to Jordan.
Exactly.
Thank you, Brian. Joey, congratulations. Even though the fight only went 4 rounds, you told me that you want to show fans tonight that you're ready to move up to 8 rounds. How'd you feel about your fight tonight?
I felt great about it. I think that I did everything we had been working on. After I got the knockdown, I took my time, threw a good flurry. When I realized how tough he was and that he was going to be there to take some shots, I calmed down, picked the right shot again when it came and presented itself. And I'm really proud of myself, because that's what we've been working on. And I really think the experience that I've gotten and the rest of my career so far, showed through in this fight, so I couldn't be more happy.
And you said you knew he was a tough guy. Is that part of the reason why you were sticking that jab to the body really hard right from the opening bell?
Absolutely. We knew he was tough, and a lot of fans and a lot of people were discrediting him like he was just another bum. And he's not another bum. The guy has, 6 wins and 1 loss in the boxing ring. Then he had 50 some odd kickboxing and octagon fights. So he had experience taking hard shots, and he hasn't been stopped much in any of those sports. So he's a tough guy. I knew he was going to be there, and I knew he was going to be awkward, and it didn't disappoint. So I couldn't be happier.
Were combinations something you guys really focused on this camp? Because in prior fights, I know that's something that maybe you were more of a stick and move fighter. Now you were putting together 5-6 punch combinations. Yes. Who were some of the fighters you studied, and was that your focus?
I studied everybody, and I really think that that's also something that made a big difference in this fight. I used to study boxing as a hobby, not because I needed to, not because I had to, just because I love the sport. And I got away from that for the last couple years and was, maybe just watching myself and my film, trying to, study myself. But I watched a wide variety of fighters. I watched classic fighters, new fighters, young fighters, prospects like myself. I watched just a few, I watched a lot of Ray Leonard, a lot of Roberto Duran, a lot of contrasting styles. I watched a lot of Caleb Plant. I watched a lot of Errol Spence. Watched a lot of Sean Porter. I watched everybody. So it really, there's no limit on how much boxing I watched in this camp, and I really think it showed.
It definitely did. And I know this week we talked about how you guys prepared. Yes. Your mom, Amanda, worked really hard. She said she started Friday, took her till Monday to prepare all the food.
Yes.
Talk about that, and did it really make a difference? I mean, did it really, I know we were stuck in the bubble, a lot of fighters struggled with that, but it was almost a normal week for you.
Yeah, I couldn't have I couldn't do this if I didn't have the family that I have. If I didn't have the mom, the dad, the sister, my little brother, my wife, they all play a huge part and do something else to keep the train moving forward. So I couldn't do it without them. You know, my strength and conditioning coach, Josh, he's back home. I've got my assistant coach, Jim, and of course my father here. And I couldn't do it without all of them, and they all do something. So, you know, when everybody else has a situation where it's going to be really hard for them in a fight, it's just like another day for me. So I couldn't be more thankful to them.